Hello, summer friends. I'm glad you're joining me here at the Happy Place to Grow. And yes, it's officially summer. And in the summer, I definitely want to be exploring. I want to travel. I want to spend a lot of time outdoors. And I know you do too. So today's video is going to be short and sweet. I'm just going to give you and your family members a few summer safety tips because as you're having fun, I want you to be safe. And sometimes accidents can happen or problems can arise if you don't take precautions. Precautions are you're going to take steps beforehand so that you can avoid some trouble that might happen in the summer. So sit back and get ready for some good summer safety tips. And at the end of our session on summer safety tips, I'm going to share with you a few of my bugs and creatures from my collection. All right, let's get started. I brought along with me this Scholastic News. And in today's newspaper, it says summer safety do's and don'ts. So you want to know what to do, and then you want to kind of be aware of what to avoid. So think for just a minute. If you're outside, what are some things that you need to think about as you're playing at the beach or at the park or you're going on a trip? Think for just a minute. What would be some things that you would think that you should think about before doing any summer activity? I can think of a few. Let's read on and see if what we were thinking about is what our newspaper tells us. And I am experiencing some different summer weather today. It's been hot and sunny and extremely humid in my neck of the woods here. Today it's cloudy, breezy, it wants to rain. It can't make up its mind if it wants to rain or not. And once in a while, I'll get this big breeze coming. Just got to deal with the weather. Summer safety do's and don'ts. In the summer, children play outside. The sun can be strong and hot. How can you keep sun safe? And I like that. It's asking you a question. So think for just a minute. How can you keep sun safe? Do that green check mark. Do wear sunscreen or play in the shade. So those are some summer safety tips. And that says don't forget to drink lots of water. Okay? So apply that sunscreen, or have an adult apply anywhere you have skin. The sun it has harmful UV rays that can go deep under the layers of your skin and actually cause damage. When your skin turns from one color, one shade of color to another color, whether it be brown or red, that means your skin is getting damaged. And later in life, you can come up with all kinds of brown spots and even some skin cancers. So there are lots of really good kid-friendly sunscreens. You want to apply it to all the areas where the skin is going to be exposed. I even do like my little ears. Don't want to get it too close to your eyes. Let an adult help you with this. So apply before going out. Wait a few minutes and then go out. And then reapply during the day. Also, if you can play in shady spots, that's even better. Or, I borrowed this from my grandson. A sun hat is great because it shades your face. And that way you're not getting a lot of extra sun on your face. Because even with sunscreen, sometimes I still will get color on my body from the sun. It's very strong. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful start, but it is definitely the rays, the UV rays that come out of it can cause damage. So sunscreen is a must, and I would say that's year-round. Winter, spring, summer, fall, if you're going outside, but in the summer especially. So sunscreen it is. And then it says now, get to know more summer safety do's and don'ts. That was probably for you experiencing the wind blow. I'm stealing. That was probably something you already knew. Let's see if there's anything in here that we don't know. That would be a good tip. I'm just going to fold this. In summer, know your summer safety tips. So here's one that I think is really important. In the summer, people go hiking or they just go out in their yard. You might not even go hiking, you might just go play in your yard. Insects are everywhere. Some insects can sting or bite. How can you keep bugs from bugging you? So here are the tips, the do's and don'ts. Do wear long pants and long sleeves. You would think in the summer you want to wear shorts and short sleeves, but if you're hiking or you're out in the grass, you want to make sure that bugs can't get on your skin. So if you wear long sleeves or long pants, I'm wearing long pants today, then you can kind of shield in a natural way. So these kids are all geared up for their hikes, especially if you're going in the woods. And then it says, don't touch or play near a beehive. And it's got different kinds of insects, and I have my insect chart. You know, a lot of insects are friendly. They're, gentle, but there are some. A bee is not really an aggressive. There are some types of bees that are, but they will defend themselves. So if they think that you, as a big, gigantic giant, are coming at them, then they might defend themselves. And they have a stinger on the back, and that can really hurt. So you just have to be aware of insects, spiders, flies when they're in your house. They're landing on your food, and they're going to the bathroom, so we don't want them in our house. Mosquitoes, for sure, are insects that we don't want on us because they literally get on your skin, pierce their needle like, I don't know if it's a proboscis or what it is, but they stick a needle like part of their body into your skin and drink your blood. Yikes. Ugh. So we want to be careful of insects. And if you're hiking, there's an insect or a creature. It's not an insect because it has 8 legs, and insects have 6 legs. A tick. And those will attach to you, burrow their head in your skin, and drink your blood too. Yikes. So be aware of insect creatures. Next, something we all love to do in this summer is to swim because it's warm enough. Sometimes it's extremely hot, and when you get in that cool, refreshing water, wow, it feels great. And it's fun to play with your friends. You might be going to the lake, the ocean, a swimming pool, a creek. In the summer, people swim. Swimming keeps you cool. It's also cool to know the water rules. Now, water safety is really important. That's beside the sunscreen, the number one thing is water safety. Because a lot of people, adults and children, drown every summer because an accident happens. So we want to be really aware and really prepared. Do listen to your lifeguard. So I would say definitely swim where there is a lifeguard if you can. Definitely swim where there are adults. And stay in water that is shallow enough for you to touch the bottom if you're a small child. I would say that's a good tip. Don't swim unless a grown-up is watching you. So you never want to get in any kind of water if an adult is not present, because you just never know. You might bump your head, you might get into some situation and you need some help. Even adults should not swim alone. Nobody should ever swim alone, especially in the summer, because you want to be healthy and have fun and be safe all year long. Here's the next one. In summer, people ride in boats. Do you? I just did my last video in a boat. They go on lakes, rivers, or even the sea. These rules can help you get on board the safety boat. I like that. Do wear a life jacket at all times. And I know my daughter has a boat, and my daughter and son-in-law, and the rule is if you get on the boat, you have to have your life jacket on. And that way, if something happens you're not expecting and the boat starts sinking or you fall off, you can float. A life jacket will keep your head above water till someone can. And they have all kinds of really cool life jackets now. Some that don't even feel like you're wearing a jacket. Just fits around your neck, and it's almost like a lightweight vest. They've really improved. Don't go in a boat unless a grown-up is with you. So again, you don't want to be out boating or on a boat. Like we have a boat that's on the dock, and we have the dock locked up because we don't want any child or anyone going on the dock or going in the boat and then falling off and getting hurt. So lots of good safety tips for sure. And I would say, just be careful. Whatever you're doing, if you're playing at the park, be careful on the equipment. If you're playing by water, be careful. Think about safety as well as fun. Here's our final tip. Do wear a bike helmet on if you're riding your bike, a scooter, skates, and put it on right. It's not going to do you any good if you don't have it on correctly. There's a right way to put your helmet on, and there's a wrong way. So one thing that we do with my grandson for sure, he's got to wear his helmet if he is riding even his little scooter or his bike or his Jeep. The helmet goes on. Now, he's not really happy. He doesn't love his helmet, but it's a rule in our house because your brain is a very important part of your body, and you're protecting. If you fall and hit the cement hard, you are protecting your brain so it doesn't get injured. I know I want to keep my brain healthy. I know you do too. It's the thinking area. Put on the helmet. Check to see if you can fit 2 fingers between the helmet and your eyebrows. So I guess that's the test. Step 2, buckle the straps. They should make a V under your ears. This is new information for me. And step 3, open your mouth. Do you feel the helmet hug your head? If not, pull the straps tighter. Oh, those are amazing helmet safety tips that I did not know. And I'm going to teach my grandson those tips because I don't think that they know those tips. So I'm going to talk to my daughter and son-in-law and grandson about practicing helmet procedures. Well, let's review. We've got the sunscreen. It needs to be applied to all parts of your skin. If you're going outside, I say winter, spring, summer, or fall, but especially summer. You need to watch out for insects, explore, enjoy. There are beautiful creatures out there, but be on the spy. If you're traveling in the grass or walking through the woods, watch out for different creatures because they're out too. It's warm. They're looking for food. They're moving around because they feel good. Everybody feels better in the summer. So watch out for those insects. Wear long clothing if you're in the woods. There is insect repellent that you might want to try. So there's lots of things you can do to keep yourself safe. Don't touch an insect or a bug unless an adult is with you and they say it's okay. Then we said, make sure if you're in the water that you're swimming where there's a lifeguard, where there's an adult present. You want to watch out for the depth of the water. Don't swim out too far. Those are all good tips. And if you're going to be in a boat, you want a life jacket on for sure. And the final tip was wear your helmet if you're riding your bike or scooter or skateboard. Protect that gray matter because it matters. Those were good summer safety tips. Now, on to my creatures. I'm a collector. And I'm an adult, of course. Now, I'm always collecting creatures that are already dead. I'm very careful with that. And over time, as I'm walking or hiking, or I just might go out on my porch, I sometimes see really cool things on the ground. For instance, butterflies. This butterfly was just sitting on the ground one day, and I was walking and I spied it and picked it up, and I've just kept it in this plastic bag. That's a swallowtail butterfly. Beautiful. And of course I have a lot more bugs, but I just brought a few from my collection. And I'll keep my bugs in a case. This one, when I was teaching school, I had a center full of bugs. What's that? Dragonfly. I just found that recently. And then, you know what that is? It's on our chart, praying mantis. Again, all these creatures were dead. I did not harm them. They were already dead. Found this bee. I would normally not mess with a bee, although I do think bees are beautiful and they are helpful to the environment. This one was on the ground. Just picked it up. This looks like a butterfly, but it's a moth. And then this one's about to get too dry. That's a katydid. Yeah, I've got lots and lots of creatures. I just brought a few. This was one of my prize creatures. I'm going to get it out and show you. This is a beetle, a beautiful beetle. I lucked up on another walk. Look at that. It was dead. I think this is called a rhinoceros beetle. Look at the beautiful shell, the outer layer, and those horns. They look fierce. I was lucky to find that. I was taking a walk one day. As you're walking, look down. You might want to explore your backyard maybe. Take out a magnifying glass and look around at what you might spy. Glad I was able to share a few of my creatures. I have one more to share. I can't really get this one out, and it's hard to see because there's a label on this jar, but maybe you can see. This is a snake. It was dead. I found it just ever so nicely outside the door, curled up, just dead. I don't know what happened. So I put it in a solution of alcohol because alcohol preserves and keeps things, for a while, so that it looks like its natural form. So again, we don't want to collect snakes, but if you happen to spy one that's dead and your parent can help you pick it up, you can put it in a jar. Snake in a jar. And I also found, thinking of snakes, snake skin. Snakes, as they grow, they'll shed their skin. That means it kind of it's like when at night when you take off your clothes and put your pajamas on, they actually take off a layer of their skin, leave it behind, and scallywag on. So sometimes in the summer, I find snake skins. Again, you're not going out and finding living creatures and putting them in a jar. No. But if you're walking and you happen to spy a dead creature, and it's one like a butterfly or a beetle, pick it up, put it in a jar, get your magnifying glass, explore and adventure. Well, that's it for the summer safety tip session and bug collection browse, creature collection really. I want you to join me. Come on, I'm going down to the sandbox. Yeah, let's go play in the sand. That's a fun summer activity for our next summer story called the Sandcastle Contest. We are going to join some kids who are building sandcastles, probably some adults, in this Robert Munsch book. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I always look at the spelling and I'm like, that's interesting, because it's Munsch. Munchk. I'll have to look that. I'll have to Google that. Anyhow, you might be headed to the beach, and you might be thinking about building a great, enormous sand castle. This story takes place at the beach, and there's a contest going on. Everybody's going to be building, and judges are going to decide on the best sand. Come on, let's go. Let's go to the sandbox and read the Sand Castle Contest. I can't wait for you to join me and us to get started in the sandbox. Until we meet again, stay safe, practice those summer safety tips, and I'll see you in the box.